Talk about the Middle East. President Trump is still pushing for a deal with Iran and says that we could have an idea of the potential peace agreement in the coming days.
Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yanks joins us live from Tel Aviv with more. Trey, what can you tell us?
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. We're tracking another development as well. A U.S. Apache helicopter went down near the Strait of Hormuz on Monday. Now, President Trump says the crew members are doing fine, and we are still gathering more information on what took place. It's not clear if the gunship went down due to enemy fire or a mechanical issue. This does come as the ceasefire with Iran is holding again as the region braces for what comes next. President Trump spoke after attending Game 3 of the NBA Finals between the Knicks and Spurs. He indicated that negotiations toward a deal are ongoing, and we could have a better idea of where things stand in the days ahead. The president also discussed his call with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu after the exchange of fire over the weekend.
We had a very good conversation, and he was hit, and he hit back. And I can't blame him for that, but he was hit, he hit back, and now they've called it quits. So they're going to just leave each other alone for another week or something.
After President Trump called on Israel and Iran to stop shooting, both sides agreed. Since then, Israel has continued to operate against Iran-backed Hezbollah in Lebanon, launching new strikes overnight and issuing fresh evacuation orders this morning. Prime Minister Netanyahu addressed his country overnight with a message for Hezbollah.
In the past 24 hours, Iran and Hezbollah tried to impose a new equation on us. This equation is intolerable and unacceptable to me. They thought they could fire from Lebanese and Iranian territory at Israel, and that we would not act.
CENTCOM says U.S. forces disabled an unladen oil tanker in the Gulf of Oman on Monday after it tried to breach the blockade. An F/A-18 Super Hornet from the USS Abraham Lincoln fired a precision munition into the ship's engineering and steering rooms. Since the blockade went into effect, 134 vessels have been turned around and 7 disabled. Guys?
So Trey, I'm seeing that we're probably talking to the foreign minister, Apache, I believe is the one we're talking to. But I watched an exclusive interview on another network where another high-ranking official contradicts what the foreign minister is evidently telling our side. Can you hear? We just want to play this for you, and I want to get your analysis.
We do not see a serious will to reach a framework that could actually be implemented. And I think with regard to Iran's blocked assets, this is in fact a very clear and prominent example of that. As for uranium, enriched materials, enrichment itself, and nuclear issues, we are not currently negotiating on those matters.
So Ibrahim Azizi, a key parliament member, says we're not negotiating. So I don't know how to interpret this. Are they not talking to the foreign minister? Or are they different? Are they playing a game here? What do you think?
Yeah, an important interview by Fred Pleiken there in Tehran because it gives you a sense of where the Iranians stand right now. They are not as optimistic toward a possible agreement in the days ahead. We heard from President Trump overnight who said we'd get more clarity in the next few days. But Iranian officials are making clear if those assets are not released, they're not willing to sign an agreement. And the Americans have said those assets will not be released unless the initial charge. And who can actually make the final decision to an agreement with the United States? Is it the foreign minister? Is it Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian? And ultimately, we know that sign-off will have to come from Mujtaba Khamenei, the new supreme leader of Iran. And so things are still very unclear in the region. And it's really not clear if the Iranians are willing to make a good faith deal at this point. Remember, this has been dragged out for more than 2 months now. And that same official in that very interview threatened regional allies of the United States if there are future attacks against the Iranian regime or its proxies like Hezbollah, there will be an even heavier blow, this official said, against the region.
Yeah, of course they're saying this because they realize that the Gulf states don't have the same defense systems as us in Israel. And that has become a pressure point in the negotiations as well, because they are a part of the negotiations, right?
Yeah, absolutely. These Gulf countries have been in touch with the Trump administration on a daily basis because they are on the front lines of this conflict. While the Iranians are running lower on these larger ballistic missiles that they used to target Israel over the weekend due to the successful U.S. and Israeli strikes, they still have a variety of cruise missiles, medium-range missiles, and drones that are very easy to launch at Gulf countries. And we've seen that over the past week and a half. Whenever they were firing drones into the Strait of Hormuz, those drones were intercepted by U.S. forces. But ultimately, the Iranians responded with ballistic missile fire toward U.S. forces and civilians in Kuwait and Bahrain, causing significant damage to the international airport in Kuwait and killing at least 1 person. And this really underlies the threat that exists as a result of the Iranian regime, specifically on that western coast based on the outcome of this agreement.
Yep. Okay. Thank you so much, Trey. So the president says he could have an idea in the next 1 to 2 days. And more is coming out about that conversation he had with Netanyahu on Sunday. Said that Trump pressured Israel to accept a diplomatic deal brokered by the U.S. and said that Netanyahu would not have a choice but to accept the deal. He said, I call all the shots.
Right. But the Israel does have a right to defend itself, and they might have taken out the IRGC hardliner, Ahmed Vahidi, who's the guy with the mysterious black mark on his forehead. He's the one who was evidently contradicting the president of Iran.
Since its launch in 1996, it has become one of the most watched news channels in the United States, known for its conservative-leaning perspective and opinion-based programming. Key aspects of Fox News: content. The network provides 24/7 breaking news, political analysis, and business reporting. It is well known for its primetime opinion programs, which often feature influential conservative hosts. Availability. You can access Fox News through various platforms, including traditional cable satellite television, the Fox News app, and their official website, which offers both live-streamed content and on-demand articles. Media presence. Beyond television, the brand encompasses Fox News Radio, the Fox Nation subscription service, and a digital platform that covers national and international news, sports, and lifestyle content. Editorial focus. The network is frequently noted for its coverage of American politics, often highlighting perspectives that align with the Republican Party and conservative viewpoints. It has been the subject of various academic and media studies regarding its influence on American public opinion and political discourse. If you are looking for specific information, such as how to watch their programs or find coverage on a particular topic, you can visit their official website.